tiempos. Ahora tenemos la presentación de representante de Canadá, Keisen Canel, quien nos hablará de también propiedades de la calidad real, en este caso sobre trastornos de la lengua.
Yeah, hello everybody. My name is Hossein Niganaraj. Originally I'm from Iran, but I having my commercial honeybee operation in Vancouver, Canada. I running 5,000 hive in Canada, 2,000 in Iran. I am a largest royal jelly producer in North America. Most of my beekeeping activity is related to pollination and honey production, but my royal jelly production and worker jelly production used to be for American corporate disease control, queen production, and genetic programs. But in meantime, lots of clients, when they were taking royal jelly, we seen lots of amazing results coming towards human disease treatment, especially about the ulcers. Basically, most stomach ulcers, especially related to halibacteria, basically pylori, and other bacteria also, it can cause ulcers for basically stomach cancer, stomach ulcers. But when you search in Google or any other site in internet, is really no solution for ulcers treatments in pharmacy, or at least when the doctor is recommending 2-3 different kind of antibiotics, maybe a temporary disease go away in some case, but there's still a chance of returning disease, and also it's a loss of side effect of antibiotics involved. The N chromosome royal jelly is giving a name, is a new kind of royal jelly, meaning we're using half a chromosome larva instead of full chromosome larva, which is supposed to become a drone bees and is unfertilized eggs. Well, basically what happens, well, I will explain that how that production will continues. But when we see the symptoms of some ulcers in many different cases, I should mention this part too. Over 80% of the ulcers disease, stomach ulcers, ending to the cancers, and there's really no solution to that either. But when now I will explain how this jelly production starts. When we giving half a chromosome larva to the graft, to the queen cells, first of all, bees by nature knows these larvae should receive worker jelly from hypopharyngeal gland instead of royal jelly from mandibular gland. But because of no other choice, some bees feeding worker jelly, some bees feeding royal jelly. Now, if we have the larva and grafting of the cells, almost 70% of the jelly productions, it will be royal jelly, 30% worker jelly. But the interesting part is, when we use the basically N chromosome larva, if we get to the rainy day, because of the N chromosome larva, or half a chromosome larva, it cannot go to pupa stage, automatically drop. Basically, it gets separate from royal jelly. We have no chance of losing royal jelly. And also, it's easy to separate the larva because the larva is sitting underneath of the cells. We can cut all the wax by very sharp or hot knife, basically. Then we can take the royal jelly with the wax to the freezer, and we can break the wax and we separate the wax with the royal jelly. But if we cage the queen for more than 40 days and we cut the wings, queen has no chance of getting mated, then she will start laying unfertilized eggs. That unfertilized eggs, if we inject some royal jelly underneath of the cells, which is I developed new machine for that. It can do 624 injection grafting at the same time in few seconds. Then all the bees going to feed, most bees trying to feed royal jelly, but because of the eggs are N chromosomes, We get a little bit opposite result in grafting in queen cells. We get 70% worker jelly and 30% royal jelly. Now, these are shows the productions, but in these pictures, when jelly becomes 6 days old, bees recognizing these larvae cannot become queen. They're throwing all the larvae out. We don't have to separate the larvae from royal jelly. It's a very new system. Lots of technique involved, but it's very interesting and amazing how these unique products can happen. Now, this is a 6 days old royal jelly, but this is a 3 days old royal jelly. As we see, lots of royal jelly for the larva existing here in earlier stage, but the larva cannot become queens. Now, to produce these royal jelly, always royal jelly productions, depends on protein consumptions. Same royal jelly, which is a products I use called Caspian Solutions. They feed the bees, and the bees consuming over lemon pollen to produce this jelly. And this is the only way basically we can push the bees to consume the pollen in order to produce. Malnutrition bees or protein deficiency bees never can be good producers. And some 10-15% of the production also can be related to the genetics. Some genetics they consume much more pollen. Well, 1 teaspoon of N chromosome royal jelly, basically in early mornings, we can mix with 10 teaspoon syrup or even half a teaspoon, but 1 teaspoon mostly we recommend. And after 8-10 hours at evening, if they take it, you may not believe it, I will show the numbers. We have so many numbers of people they use. They've been over 70% of our patients, they've been treated between 2 to 7 days. It's such a short time. But the story started like that. I produced this jelly for increasing libido and increasing sexual hormones. And first, some friends will be taking it and we see the improvement. Then I give to some of the new friends to take it. One of my friends said, look, I was saying I didn't see any improvement on my sexual side, but in last week of using it, but I don't have any ulcer problem after 2 days of using. This has become an interesting subject for us to work for ulcers. Actually, his sister had ulcers, she used them, she been treated. Her uncle had asked basically had ulcers, he been treated. And so far, 811 people, we use this N chromosome royal jelly for ulcers treatment. These 811 people, over 70% of these people, they've been treated lasting between 2 days to 7 days. Only one patient takes 28 days. We don't know why that takes 28 days. Rest of 9% between 10 days to basically a little more times to 20 days. But one thing, few other things we were seeing with the patient was basically with the people when they had an ulcers problem because they cannot eat so much fruit, so much vegetable or acidic food, their body is struggling for loss of nutrient deficiency. When ulcer was going away, they had a habit of eating so much food, and that's just basically we thought that can be a little side effect because people that don't want to get fat, people don't want to get overweight, but we see after 1 week they become balanced and the habit of eating become balanced. But the first week of treatments, when they see immediate result with ulcer treatments, they have a habit of too much eating. And then the main idea for this presentation basically was to highlight the bee paradox, and we will continue with the other part of the bee paradox, which is my profession, which as I said, is a commercial beekeeping, has nothing to do with this paradox. But because of so much client, keep calling and keep wanting these products, sound like will drive you to different avenue to produce much more N chromosome royal jelly. And good things about the N chromosome royal jelly is not so acidic and not a better test. Easy to drink, easy to consume, to compare to the other royal jelly we use. The other purpose of use for N chromosome royal jelly is they use for face cream, they use for shampoo, for body wash, for hair gel and other cosmetics. The thing is, lots of cleaner we use for our hair or soap, those kinds of things, is only cleaner. When we adding these extra nutrients there, is giving also nutrients to the body, to the hair, and it was a very good result of people, they had hair losses basically, is stopped pretty fast. Because of the presentation is limited, I didn't brought lots of those documents and pictures and video we have for the damaged hair ladies had, and how fast recovery was coming towards using this kind of shampoo and other basically products also for recovering skin damage. For the people they've been in mostly in hormone or libido, it was in the hormone basically production problems in the body or sexual issue problems. We had over 99% of our patients they've been happy of improvement of using these N chromosome royalty, and at least we've seen 10 times more result than ordinary royalty we used to produce. This is something new to look at, that something is a new royalty, new kind, and is a different form of royalty, and also is a mixed with the basically full chromosome royalty too. And basically the people with iron deficiency and calcium deficiency, and some people with blood deficiency, we see that they had very good improvement of using this paradigm. The other amazing result we got was about the maggot therapy. It was, I don't know how much you guys know about the maggot therapy. The maggot is been used in old fashions, but a friend of mine, their name is here, they've been working to lots of infections and wounded, basically either feet, either diabetics or war problems or accidents, and it was no basically any chance or any alternative products with antibiotics couldn't work, or no other choice for them. They had to be cut those feet. We used the maggot with the N chromosome royalty for the treatment, which is I want to explain that. It used to be in the war, one US Marshal find out when the soldier had a worm under infections, part of the infection of their bodies, if it's a worm, those get very, they don't get a fever and they get treated. That was also in mouse, in nature, we see naturally that happens. The way the system works is black, basically green flies from 100,000 different kind of flies, but this green kind, from 12 kilometers away, they can sense the infections, and they can lay 100 eggs, and this is they can open the infections, and they produce kind of calcium and potassium and ammonium, smell bad. Other livestock doesn't go to eat the dead body. 25 grams of poison from dead bodies, it can kill almost all livestock in the earth, and it's having this maggot is very necessary. But the combination of using this maggot system, I want to show you with the N chromosome royalty I like to describe. This is the basically burnout feed is supposed to be cut through so much infections. In less than 2 weeks, you can see the treatment happening 2 weeks, and one more from diabetics problems. See, this is almost 3 weeks treatment. But the patient, when they are in infections, they don't have so much habit of eating, and loss of fever, loss of pain involved. We find out combination of using N chromosome. It was over 100 people we treated with these systems in central, basically hospital in capital city of Iran, in Tehran. But we found out when people they've been wounded for any reason or diabetics problem, when we were treating them with the maggot therapy, including with the N chromosome royalty, at least was 50% faster result for them. Also, we had a few patients, they had a cancer. Doctors said there's no chance of surviving. They've been a beekeeper, related to the beekeeper family. As a last choice, they was trying to use any products. But the number is not too big, only 7-8 people they've been treated, and we it brought lots of new idea and lots of new happening is open to work on this product. It's not like in the future I have to leave my commercial beekeeping and getting involved with this kind of products for basically human health issue. I try to prevent myself to get involved because I'm not a scientist. I'm not basically doctors is not related to my professions. But what happened when you see the people getting treated and they keep calling you and they keep coming and 811 ulcers treatment in less than a week. And the interesting part is almost 90 of those ulcer treatment, they've been a doctor and their profession is about the stomach disease. And the reason they got in contact because patient going to them and say, well, I don't need any more antibiotics because almost over 80% of those patients had endoscopy, they had bleeding vomitings. And doctor was surprised it couldn't because they couldn't recognize any products can cure ulcers. Then they come to me, they called me, but when they tried the products, they got result and getting lots of response for that. The interesting part is I have almost 1/3 of the customer, they've been treated only with one consumption, 1 teaspoon of N chromosome royalty. Very remarkable result. Over 75% of the basically early stage basically infections with either diabetics or wounded legs, without MAC, it can be treated only with N chromosome royalty. We see such amazing result when we using N chromosome royalty not as a high nutrients products, as a natural anti-infectional products for the people that are using it. Basically, these products can be marketed for so many different things, for human consumption, for animals, for bees, for other things. Usually was basically, in my case, until last year, I was working on these products on American foulbrood disease control, which is, I presented in OIE, and in less than a month from now, I will have all these informations on website and YouTube. When you're searching on Casper solution, it shows how much colony frames with American foulbrood infected can be used without burning any part of the bee equipment. Basically, the N chromosome royalty, it can be used instead of antibiotics to cure bacterial disease in beehives also, which is, I think, I don't know, we should say human is more important or bees. But we will have that information in website soon. And I think time is over. We more than welcome to answer the question, ask any question, and more information will be involved in my website.
Lamentablemente nos hemos excedido de tiempo, seguramente hay muchas preguntas. Vemos que la concurrencia no solamente que es muy buena, sino que han seguido las charlas con mucha atención, pero es fisiológico, nuestros cerebros y tal vez otras partes de nuestros cuerpos necesitan un poco de relax. Vamos a hacer un descanso de 10 minutos, consuman una cucharada de miel que es muy bueno como energizante para el cerebro y retornamos en 10 minutos. Gracias.